Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Car Stories. Today. We're taking a long, smooth ride back to 1965 to explore a car that defined style, strength, and street presence in its own unique way. This car, Plymouth Satellite. This isn't just a car. It's a reminder of when American automobiles were bold, powerful, and made with real steel and spirit. The Plymouth Satellite made its debut in 1965 as a top trim model of the mid-sized Plymouth Belvedere series. At a time when muscle cars were just starting to capture the hearts of the American public, the Satellite positioned itself right in the middle of elegance and performance. It offered the best of both worlds, plenty of chrome, a refined interior, and real power under the hood. The design of the 1965 Satellite was straightforward, yet confident. Its clean lines, wide stance, and slightly boxy proportions gave it a muscular yet composed look. With dual headlights, a broad grille, and that unmistakable Plymouth badging, it commanded attention whether it was parked or in motion. It was the kind of car that didn't need to shout. It simply arrived. This model was offered as either a two-door hardtop or a convertible, which added to its desirability. The convertible, in particular, was a head-turner, catching sunlight and admiration on American highways from coast to coast. Even sitting still, the Satellite looked like it was ready to hit the open road. Under the hood, Plymouth gave buyers some serious choices. Standard was a 273 cubic inch V8 engine, but enthusiasts could step up to the 318, 361, or even the 383 cubic inch V8. For 1965, the Satellite was about offering something extra, not just in looks, but in raw driving experience. With up to 330 horsepower available, it wasn't shy when it came to performance. The interior of the 1965 Satellite was where Plymouth truly went upscale. Bucket seats, full carpeting, and plenty of chrome trim made it feel like a luxury car for the working American. A center console with a floor shifter gave the driver a true connection to the road. It was comfortable but not soft, more like a strong handshake than a velvet glove. Another standout feature was the dashboard layout. Simple, readable gauges with a clean horizontal speedometer gave drivers all the information they needed and nothing they didn't. Plymouth focused on practicality here, with an emphasis on visibility and function. It's a dashboard that still holds up today, both in design and durability. The Satellite also offered advanced features for its time, including power steering, power brakes, and even air conditioning if you were willing to pay for it. And for a car in the midsize class, it had a surprisingly smooth and solid ride, thanks to well-tuned suspension and a solid frame. Driving the 1965 Satellite today is like stepping into a different world. There's a certain honesty to how it handles. No computer assist, no digital distractions. Just a wheel, an engine, and the open road. Every rumble from the exhaust and every vibration through the seat reminds you, this is real driving. That it wasn't built to impress through gadgets. It impressed by doing its job well and looking good while doing it. Whether cruising through town or roaring down a back road, the Satellite had a quiet confidence. It didn't need to brag. It knew what it was to in the competitive world of mid-60s American cars. The Plymouth Satellite held its own against Ford's Fairlane, Chevrolet's Chevelle, and even its own Chrysler cousins. It didn't try to be the loudest or flashiest. It simply delivered solid value, handsome design, and dependable power. The 1965 model year marked the beginning of the Satellite nameplate, which would continue to evolve through the late 1960s and into the 1970s, eventually becoming more aggressive as muscle car culture grew. But that first model, the 65, had a balance that later versions sometimes lost. It was equal parts class and muscle. Today, the 65 Satellite has become a sought-after classic for collectors and restorers. Its clean lines and timeless design make it an excellent candidate for restoration, and with the right engine, it can still surprise modern cars at a stoplight. But more than anything, it carries with it the feeling of an era when cars were built with soul. Owning a 1965 Plymouth Satellite isn't just about the looks or the sound. It's about holding onto a piece of American automotive history. It's about remembering a time when cars had personality, when every drive felt like an event, And maybe that's why these old machines matter so much to us. They remind us of where we've been, how far we've come, and how some things, like a well-built car, just don't go out of style. Thanks for joining us on this ride through time. If you enjoyed this journey with the 1965 Plymouth Satellite, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Old Car Stories, and hit the bell so you never miss another chapter in automotive history. Until next time, keep the engine running and the stories alive.